Good morning. My name is Marilyn Oles, and I'm the president of the Richmond Tenants Organization, RTO. I'm here this morning for the mayor, Stoney, and if you look behind me, you'll see the presidents of the communities of Richmond Regional Development Housing Authority. These are presidents and vice presidents. We stand on this ground today to support the mayor in his budget. Reasons why. If you want to take a tour of this court here, Gilpin, potholes, they're unsafe. Automobiles might be torn up, and lives could be jeopardized also by the condition of the streets of the poor neighborhoods. And it's very crucial that council come together and decide to do what's best for the entire city. All of the cities, and these streets are horrible, and where poverty lies is where all the damage is. And we're kind of tired of being neglected. The mayor took an opportunity that something will be a little bit cost, but sometimes it costs to get it right. Our schools, come on now. Schools and children, the environment they walk into every morning, what they accustomed to. Why can't we have improved schools for our children? What is the issue? Because it's going to cost some money. We can do everything else and bring the Redskins here and all of that, but our kids are not as important as the football team and what they did and the money they put on their ground for those children. And right here in the city of Richmond, the schools are run down. Most of the time are having the heat. The buildings are to the point they've been neglected, and it's time for a change. And in that change, Mayor Stoney, we, the Richmond Tenants Organization, 4,000 are standing strong. 4,000 residents of the city of Richmond support this budget. I know it might be some difficulties for some people, but it's a plan for everybody. If you live in the city of Richmond, you should invest in the city, the whole city, not just your district, but all the districts. We need for the council to come together and support the people that it's going to affect. The people are being affected by these streets. The children are being affected by the conditions and the environments in our public schools. What are we sitting back? What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? We are here. We staying strong, and we're going to support him all the way. And what I'm asking City Council, for those who have some doubt, come over here and walk with me through this court. Come over here and walk me through Creighton and Wilkins, through the east end, the poverty areas of the city. Walk with me and look at our streets. You wouldn't drive down those streets yourself, and you wouldn't live with that if that was your street. Go into the schools where these kids go. Take a tour before you decide to say no. Take a tour, a personal interest in this city. Take a personal committed interest in this city for the well-being of us who live in poverty. The haves and the have-not. The have-nots tired because we put you guys there to do right by us. We have the mayor, he's trying. He's trying very, very hard to do what's right. It's going to cost, but everything costs. It costs to even be alive. So let's make it alive to living and support the mayor in his budget. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Yes.
I want to thank Ms. Oles for her words and also the work of the RTO as well. Ms. Oles said it all. Roughly 5,000 students or more that attend Richmond Public Schools come from Richmond Public Housing. And you ask any of the of these folks right here, and you go to the schools, what the conditions of those schools are, but also what the quality of education they're receiving as well. That's why my plan invests in the turnaround of Richmond Public Schools. You know, we have a number of our children who are not reading on a third grade level when they're in third grade. A number of our children aren't even graduating. 74% of Latino kids aren't graduating. We have the lowest graduation rate in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And that's why this plan invests $37 million, not only to fix our schools, HVAC units, things of that nature, but also fix the education that our kids are receiving as well. And just a comment on the roads real quick. On my way in here, I drove in on Charity, and I had to dodge potholes all the way here. There's a pothole right over there. Right there, you can see. We filled 50,000 plus potholes in the last 2 years. But what Bobby Vincent and we've said over the last few weeks is we need to do more than just fill potholes. We need to pave our streets. And you look at where the potholes in our street infrastructure is the worst. It's in the East End, It's in Northside. It's in some of the poorest areas of the city. And that is the inequity that this budget fixes. So it's time to actually bring some justice to the situation. It's long overdue. Here's the thing. We are, people asking about this budget and they say, you know, who will this benefit the most? And we are 100% transparent and honest about it. This budget will benefit the most struggling communities the most. The children who live in these struggling communities, but also their families as well. Think about this. You wake up in the morning, you put your child on the bus, but they're going to a school that is run down. They're not getting a quality education. And then you have to leave here and go to work and dodge a number of potholes along the way to your job. That is the life for so many in this city, and it's time to fix that. As Maya Angelou said, do the best you can until you know better. And once you know better, do better. This budget does better. So I want to thank my friends with the Richmond Tenant Organization for helping me out today. Or any others who want to say something? Ms. Mahdi, you want to say anything? Sure.
I'm sure.
Auntie, you want to say anything?
I'm good.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I know we can say it together. That's it. Fix it.
Fix it.
All right. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Thank you.